Okay, in this lesson, we're just going to briefly look at research. So, research is such a big part of this project that it has to be done properly and it has to be done quite early on, even before I've even started. At this particular moment, I haven't even put anything down into my sequencer yet. It's all about the planning. In this lesson, I'm also going to attach the sheet at the end of this document as well, just so you've got a document that you can actually write all your ideas down. And I always find this quite a visual help if I've got my ideas written down. So I'm gonna give you this sheet so you can work from that. Now I have chosen to do this contemporary piece, and the main reason I've done this is because I really like the flexibility of what it's going to offer me, because contemporary is kind of, it encapsulates a wide range of genres and forms. So it can be anything from dance music, electric dance music, even some popular musics, film scores, world music, classical styles like minimalist and things like that, and lots and lots. So it's really flexible, and that's what I want to push down this area, because it's going to allow me to do some really weird and wonderful things with effects, weird and wonderful things with samples, and also I can really think quite deeply about the structures that I'm going to be using. So that's why I've gone for this contemporary option, and I think it's a good one. But they're all good options. Like I said in previous videos, just remember to stay with it. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to listen to a bunch of music. So far I've listened to about 20-30 pieces of music, and I've put them into a playlist. All the ones that I really like and think that could influence this piece, I've actually put into a playlist. Okay. Also remember that one of the things you're looking for is making sure, yes, it's okay to like them, but make sure they fit with the mood of the lyrics. Okay, so we're really focusing in on this brief now. So making sure that we understand what the lyrics mean and how to kind of create our sound textures to kind of fit with them. So here's some of the music that I've been listening to, if you're following this route. So the first one was this Moby track, Flower, and it's got some really nice sort of repetitive vocal chanting on it, which I quite liked. I could see that I could use that, this kind of African style chanting, along with these electric beats as well, was really good. The next one was quite an obvious one for me, actually. It was this Paul Simon's Graceland album. Now this was developed in the 1980s, and one of the concerts that Paul Simon did had to be in Zimbabwe because of apartheid. It had to be in Zimbabwe, and now the actual concert that I watched on DVD, and you can still get this, it was actually one of the free Nelson Mandela concerts, which was, there were so many of these things at the time, and it's brilliant. It's worth watching, and even just for the Ladysmith Black Mambazo harmonies alone, it's worth the watch, and I'm sure you can take lots of good ideas, and if you can incorporate those intense, complex harmonies into your own piece, well, you're on a real winner from day one. The next piece is this Shawshank Redemption, and pretty much anything from Thomas Newman, really. And this is a film score. If you've seen Shawshank Redemption, it's fantastic. It's all about this pursuit of freedom, where he's been unjustly kind of captured, and now he's looking for his freedom. So it kind of fits with the lyrics of the text as well. So well worth a listen to on that one if you're going down this particular route. And finally is this Minimalist, Six Marimbas by Steve Reich. Basically takes these really simple patterns and really simple instrumentation, just marimbas, and makes them sound more complex by using compositional styles like phase shifting and building up and dropping down rhythms, which kind of, it's just really intricate, and it builds up this sense of a mood. So those are the main ones that I wanted to show you, just to kind of get your own listening started. Now, so listening is the first part of the research. The second part is actually listing down all the things you're going to do. Now, here's the document that I'm going to attach to this lesson. So as it starts, I've got one of these bubbles for each of the areas that I'm going to look at. So I might start with my instruments, say, okay, what instruments are going to list down? And I'll list out all my instruments here, and that's fine. Remember, you have to have a minimum of 6 instrument stroke voices, okay? The next thing that I'm going to look at is looking at this structure, arrangement, and tempo. And all I'll do is I'll write a little graph that says basically 8-bar verse, or 8-bar V, which stands for verse, then put a little line, 8-bar chorus, so on. Then I might even look at the arrangement. Okay, in the verse I want a guitar and a simple percussion. In the first chorus I want 2 guitars, bass guitar, drums, percussion, and a few samples. And I'm also, in this little bubble here, I'm going to write the BPM as well, so the tempo of the piece. Okay, so I'm already getting a good idea for how my piece is going to shape out just by looking at these two. And I'm also going to take a lot of the research that I've done in my listening elements of why I'm going to do this, and I can write that down as well. The next really important thing is, from a very early stage, work out the key that you're going to be in. Knowing the key will allow you to understand the chord progressions that you can use. It will also allow you to kind of incorporate some more complex harmonies. Now, remember, you do have to develop these ideas. So writing one chord progression for the verse is okay, but having a different one for the bridge or a different section is better, and building them up that way. And also look at more complex chords. And the good thing about chords and using technology is you can actually use some of the chord pattern generators in Logic or Cubase or Pro Tools or whatever system you're using to create some of these really intricate patterns. So the next thing that we're going to look at, so I write my key in here as well, E minor or G or whatever key you decide to work in. Next thing is this time signature. So if you're working in 4/4 or 3/4, you can write it in here. And then rhythmic elements. What are the rhythmic elements of your piece? Definitely drums, definitely percussion. What kinds of percussion are you going to use? Are you going to just make it non-pitched, or are you going to have pitched percussion like the marimbas? You know, tambourine, xylophones, things like that. Next thing, really important one, what effects and processing automation should you include in your piece? Okay, so definitely reverb, delay, wah-wah, distortion, any of these things that you can think of that would suitably fit into your piece. Now this last one, stylistic features, is quite an important one. Especially if you're going down the pop route and you've decided to compose in, say, a blues fashion, understanding the stylistic features is really important. You can just list out a few there. So hopefully this has helped you. In the next lesson, we're going to start our arrangement and we're going to put some of these ideas down into practice. So spend a few days just doing your research, writing down these ideas, and then I'll meet you in the next lesson and we'll start putting them into our sequencer and developing them further.